will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, winter, winter. Welcome. Winter, winter, Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, winter, winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, winter, winter. Welcome. Winter, winter, Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just
Welcome aboard. 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 Welcome aboard
Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, 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 winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, winter, winter. Welcome. Winter, winter, Winternomics.
What up, what up? What it do? Happy Monday, motherfuckers. Well, managed to lose 20 followers somehow. 20 followers plus after posting the kind of shit you saw us drop all of last week. So good to see after a half a decade, the salt on CT hasn't changed one fucking bit. But it's an interesting dynamic, you know. You ever wonder how I sat in the middle of broad daylight putting the shit out that I put out and it remained scarce? Emotions is a bitch, right? So it appears I'm actually more scarce than I was when I left. So, you know, the flip side of the getting shit on is that, well, our information is better than it ever was before. And we're sitting in a bigger audience than ever, and we're totally invisible. That's good for you guys. What's poppin'? You guys have a good weekend? You guys make some money last week? Looks like some people made some money last week. Definitely a better vibe in the room when people make money. So, you know, if you show up and use some of the intel, I think it yields good things. Oh, yeah. So, today, what is this? That is not necessary. My whole desktop is out of order. What'd you guys think? This is the first time I fully drew and painted the opening artwork from scratch. No light photography this time. Just created and this is my first shot at surrealism too, which I guess I didn't even know what that was exactly until somebody I called this morning told me that's what it was. So I just had an idea of a mental reset. Given that there was a lot of emotions at the end of the week and that like there seems to be a grand realization the market has actually taken the fuck off and left people, right? We're waiting for people to get to that place where you get that acknowledgement that the market is fucking actually bullish. You saw the greatest amount of, short funds unwound, and basically just an overall institutional shift, full institutional shift. When I say institution, doesn't mean like the smartest money, like, Ken Griffin Citadel money. It means like fucking like, just like, even mom and pop funds and shit like that, all fucking like ready to be risk on. So that's always something you want to take note of, right? That people just got to that point. And the VIX is still camped out down at like Dangerville. So you've got some people that are fucking hopped up on, the euphoria of having fucking killed it. And some people that are pissed off about what they feel like they should have got out of it. And all of that comes together for just a very, very overall, loud, emotional mood in the marketplace. And so that's kind of one reason I wiped all the color out, Do you like the write-up? Seeking solace in the silence of their own being, yearning for a mental reset that can only be found in isolation. The weight of past successes and failures urge them to embark on a journey of self-discovery and reinvention. Enter the Bedouin. So, yeah. What'd you guys think? Dig it? Let me get my monitor. Just if I don't have my monitor. Oh, that's so bad. That was the ashtray going all over my keyboard. Oh, my fucking God. Damn. That sucked. Holy shit, I couldn't see that thing. That's what I get for wearing fucking sunglasses at night. God damn it. Committed to the look. This is my Unabomber look. Are people finally leaving Kathy's fund? That's interesting if she's finally got like actually outflows while there's some amount of strength to her. Migrating to a few different styles in the artwork, right? I don't know what you call the guy looking out the window, but that's an abstract. So I don't know. I don't do any of these styles. I'm not like a guy who can say I have any style or anything like that. Like I said, I wasn't even called an artist until like a year ago. So I'm just fucking off, and hopefully, keeping you guys entertained while we go through this unfolding price, Speaking of that, dropped some stuff on the Russia timeline from back in 2016. It's definitely worth reading. We're not going to go too far into that today, but we're going to definitely talk about that soon. Remember I told you guys on the show, right? The play that you saw going on in Ukraine was a play to run us out of bullets. And I guess Biden has fucking got dementia and literally said that the U.S. was low on bullets in an interview on CNN, like out of his mouth, which is probably catastrophic to tell your enemies, like, we're out of bullets. So that was kind of obvious when he approved the cluster munitions, right? The only reason you approve some weapons banned by the Geneva Conventions because you don't have any other fucking weapons. But the fact is, like, how can you bring weapons up that you normally fucking like penalize them for? And now, it's just ridiculous. But at any rate, right, this is what we always thought was happening, is that there was a chess move going on here to fuck U.S. out of weapons by letting them do exactly what they're known to do and fight a proxy war, pretending they're not at war with you, use a different country to actually fight you, and then think that they don't know this and let you send all your weapons through that country and run out of bullets anyway. See, they're actually using the U.S.'s own bullshit against them, where they lie all the time while they're engaged in military operations on the planet. Sure, you're not fighting anybody. And how are you out of bullets? Literally, how are you out of bullets if you're not at fucking war? Do you realize that statement, how crazy that is? So it's not like the U.S. is not sort of fighting Russia, but they are, right? I wrote this just a couple of days ago. War inches ever closer as Russia depleted Ukrainian forces and NATO ammo. BRICS playing chess. All right, Russia's been planning this shit a long fucking time. This give you guys an idea how ridiculous this is, but this is the original thread going back to when I was first like making the timeline about this was going to be something you're going to be dealing with going into 20. Oh, damn it. Wait a minute. Which one of these do I have to click on to get the whole thing? This one. I think it's this one. Oh, there it is. Right. So all the different research that I put together, right? I told you all my stuff's connected research. So the timeline for our inflation, hyperinflationary period is going to the 2020s. And so this is back in 2016. Looking at very long-winded scheme by Russia and China I've been watching go on since 2002 as they formed their actual military alliance back then when I was just coming actually I was still in the first fund I was in, and I saw it at lunch with my buddy on TV just eating, and I was like, they were doing a war game, and it's the first ever war game between China and Russia, and I was looked at my friend, I was like, oh shit, I was like, that's only for one motherfucker, and I've been paying attention to that ever since. So 20 years this has been taking shape. They're not in a rush. They want to get this right. And the whole world wouldn't see it coming because of the fluoride smoothie stares everyone stares at us with now, which you can see is actually fucking happening. Where did the stupid this little article go, though? This is huge, right? This is back here 2016 August whenever I posted this. This is from a slightly earlier article, but think about what's happening right now in 2023 and look at what's the language that's inside this thing, right? Xi Jinping delivered what Western analysts are calling an incendiary speech, you better fucking believe it, in which he called for a military union with Russia. This is 7 years ago, that would render NATO powerless. You're watching the operation to render NATO powerless and put an end to the imperialist desires of the West. One of the major ways they consider us to impose our imperialist-like desires is through the hegemony of the currency, which they're upending right now as everyone begins to go everywhere. Like if you just saw right now, India can now settle oil transactions with OPEC in rupee, which is taking just more money out of the U.S. dollar's transactional base, which keeps its valuation, keeps part of its valuation. Remember, we talked about it. It's just like Bitcoin, right? The value of Bitcoin is about the velocity of value through the ledger in a given unit of time. That creates the expansion to the garden hose. And the bigger the garden hose is, the bigger the market cap is. Well, that is part of the settlement power that makes the dollar as strong as it is in the world and preserves its purchasing power versus other currencies that lose it faster. So they're moving everyone out of our fucking garden hose and, you know, shrinking the volume of water that goes through per second, and basically targeting the dollar to remove the power we have, because ultimately we can impose sanctions because everyone settles in that dollar, which is what nobody wants to be fucking vulnerable to anymore. So everyone has been desperate to get from underneath this boot of America, and this is the best attempt they have. They've been working on this 20 years. You know, these guys are in their 70s. This is a legacy play. This is the play of their lives to free their countries from what they consider tyranny, you know, of the West. The hard statements come at a time when both Beijing and Moscow find themselves vulnerable to an increasingly hawkish U.S. foreign policy that has resulted in a series of massive war games on both. So this is back there, you know. This might as well be right now in the media, right? It's pretty crazy, but this has been coming a long time, and it's happening on a scale of time that if anybody in my room has noticed, right, you guys don't do so good at paying attention to like high resolution plays, like things that take a few years to unfold in the chart world, like the Nikkei or Cardinal Health. Well, this is taking 20 years to unfold, and trust me, there are people who've died waiting to see what would happen here. So, you know, this is 20 years running. I'm like, you know, I'm a young 20s guy when I first realized this was going to be a problem, and these guys turned themselves into fucking, like, you know, like forever emperors, like couldn't come out of office, because this is a play that has to be executed by these men. You know, it's real fucking serious. And for you to remember, this was one of the key things that really kicked things up a notch. This ridiculous fucking move by the UK to fucking restart their Trident missile program. This is just like the cluster munitions. Trident missiles are like cluster nuclear weapons. They are multi-tipped warheads. The US has warheads that go like 8 fucking nuclear warheads. It means that one of those things can pretty much take out fucking 8 cities in Russia from the United States. I think the Trident from the UK is like 3 or 4 warheads. Either way, a cluster fucking nuclear weapon, which obviously pissed off the fucking Russians, and they responded by saying, well, if you're going to do stupid shit like that, we're going to make stupid shit like this. And we're going to build a nuclear space bomber that can hit your ass from orbit. This is when the real rhetoric got crazy. I don't think a lot of people remember this happened, you know, back here in this time period, but England basically started that provocation. And if you really look at it, NATO is always provoking them, pushing up on their borders, shit like this that goes against the nuclear proliferation treaty to, you know, create new weapons. That's where this started. And Russia responded with this. Don't know if they ever created this because they said it would be ready by the 2020s. But then they also responded by creating hypersonic missiles, right? And both Russia, okay, that's cute. Russia and China both have hypersonic missiles, which, you know, now is the reason that we can't be in the South China Sea, because China can sink any fucking boat in the fleet. So, you know, they created an arms race themselves by this provocation, and they did that in response to Crimea, which is, you know, a whole another bunch of political nonsense. But it's a long-winded story unfolding in the 2020s, and this is when all eyes should be paying attention to this shit. And I went all crazy, right? Went from my artwork to fucking Russia. Anyways, that's a memo, I guess. So how y'all niggas doing? Shout out to Kenichi, Abra, Karosh. Appreciate the morning minutes. Karosh dropping the 50. Appreciate you, sir. Tonic, what'd you become? What'd you join, sir? Oh, you're a guardian. Look at you. Billy Badass in this whole shit. So, yeah. What do we have? 97? Wow, that's a light start. 9:27. Let me get you guys a morning fucking prep before the bell hits, right? So I can let you fucking go hang yourself by the bed sheets. We'll take a look at some of these fucking before and afters to be dropped in a second. So, where are we right now? So, it's reopening this morning. Q's up in, you know, up still parabolic. Right now, I do things a little caution in the air with the VIX, you know, sitting above. He's up a little bit this morning, 4%. Remember, we're watching this crazy area down here on 1339, which is the low of the bull flag, to do COVID. The bottom of the bull flag that generated COVID. So right now we've got them, you know, possibly flagging up here above it. So we want to pay attention. This is the way the week's opening. He gets gas and goes to Trolex. The market would probably be de-risking if he pumps from here out of this gap up he's got from the Sunday morning open, or Monday morning. QQQ's on that. Not down that much, right? Pull back a little bit. Their strength here kind of moving around from different places. Obviously, in NVIDIA and them places have been ridiculously strong again. And they're pretty arced out. So you want to pay attention to what else might be moving. let's just get a read on that first. So where the Qs are starting right now, we had this as our trigger that we gave you guys in the show where we're over in this gap up for Dick rules. We broke it, we flagged out. So leaves you with another flag to watch right now. If he's going to manage to rotate this, don't bet against it. It's possible. But pay attention to the VIX right now. Like I said, there's a little bit of froth in the market, a lot of emotions in the marketplace for people kind of missing out. But things are extended, and one thing that's true, when things are really extended, it's very hard for people to buy into trends, right? They always look in hindsight. And it's one of the main themes we've had in a lot of shows is that like hindsight minds will fuck you up because they don't give the possibility that today's high could be tomorrow's low, right? So buying low, selling high doesn't always mean buying into the dip, the very lowest part of the chart. It can be a relative low versus a future high, right? That's two different ways to look at it. So that's one of the reasons people can never buy continuation trends. They're always waiting for what they consider low relative to what they're seeing, which is by the time they see it, and feel like it's a low. It's in hindsight already. They never can really detect that in real time. Anyways, so it is 9:30. We are open. We have opened. So pay attention to this. Damn, I missed my entry for the opening bell. Son of a bitch. And yes, I said he could gas again. So we might have a flag here rotating. See what he does. Yep, missed it for me. Was too late for that. Too close to the bell. So S&P 500, looking at him, same bull flag, right? We're above. Goku shows interest in virtual real estate. That was a good emotion level for that guy. Pay attention to this right here. Flags here. So right, a lot of stuff looks pretty good right off the bell, right? Some stuff I'm watching too, I think looks pretty good, worth paying attention. Stuff like Microsoft. He looks pretty good. There's software, he got clearance to buy Activision. There's strength in different places. We talked about Unity, worth keeping an eye on, stuff like that. Some of these guys are kind of bottled up down there. Tech is really extended, so if there is a chance for a correction in it, it's probably more likely now than any time before. Because like I said, the media attention is kind of on it, and people kind of know it. That being said, right, so VIX is the thing you're keeping gauge on, how far he gets today. DXY, you don't want to see him get too strong. He was down really hard last week, and he's at a major trigger, so he could flag against that. You want to pay attention to it. EURUSD, this guy punched out of a projection that we gave you from a while ago here. Bull flags out. So things are really stuck out, right? A lot of things are pretty parabolic out. So worth kind of like, gauging this right now, because there's not really anything but like really low resolution day trade resolutions you're going to find anything in. So for anybody who's like playing any kind of swings and stuff, while stuff's stuck out like that, it might be a time to back up and reset. All right, so that's a quick crash course before we get live. Well, we did get live, so hopefully it gives you guys what you need. Anyways, Jesus. So I had some stuff to go over. I had some weed to smoke too. I'm so discombobulated. Which is the better weed? Oh yeah, right. Let me get my monitor screen here. I need the screen on the other side. Hold on, you go on the other side, sir. All right, got my TVs up. All right, where you guys at? All right. Can you add Saul? See some symbol action. All right. We get a bow loaded. See what war stories we might have. Check some numbers. Make sure we don't have anything crazy to kill us. Guys, got to see some of our scorecards in the room. We got some pretty good stuff out of the room this week. Like seeing what you guys did in Guardians and Acolytes, and we played some of the plans from the show. There was a lot of them, so there was a lot of stuff to play right now. The market was pretty correlated and pumping all over the place, from crypto to like tech to parts of industrials. to even some banks. So there was like a ton of shit to play in this last week if you were paying attention. So hopefully a lot more of you found some winners that I didn't see on the scorecards but just didn't post anything yet. Alrighty then. Did I not switch this thing back? What is going on here with my camera? Oh shit, that thing's all wrong. Hold on, my camera's off. Gotta get a reset, boy. I'm telling you, that drawing under pressure, that's a whole nother fucking level of stress. I was like, I know, because when you draw shit, you know you've got some kind of mistake. If you don't have enough time to look it over, it's always like a big danger to like try and finish a drawing under pressure fast. I feel like, don't get me wrong, you know, in a lot more of the digital light editing and stuff, there's mistakes too, but like I think you're more critical of yourself when you got a pencil down. That I've never drawn anything like that before. So I was like, I was gonna take a picture of myself and put them into the picture. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna draw the whole thing. Like, fuck it. Definitely like drawing in 4K though. That's just pretty fun. What do you guys think? Do you feel that sentiment? That it's like a moment to like, let some emotions kind of chill the fuck out? Because it's what it feels like out there. Let's see some of the stuff that we hit now. Wait. Let me go over here. So we go back to where this started. Yeah, okay, this is the whole cheat sheet put together, I forgot. Let's peep this. I know this before, and so like, for anybody like that's like acolyte or just show viewer, remember, we go over all this stuff on the show. Everything that's on here comes from the show. So we talked about Nucore and X for a while. And then I set up, timing in the Intel channels, to be as precise as it can be about it. But this isn't something that anybody didn't know, right? We 100% had this on the show for a while when we talked about metals and basic materials and other sides of the market that would play catch up, with tech if tech slowed down. So dropped an Intel sheet and only stands. Really good plays from some people in here. 3.5 Rs on X, 7.5 on Nucore, 3 Rs on RS. That's something Steel. I forget what that guy's name is. But this is sick shit, right? Perfect basket with perfect timing to the day. This is the exact day, the morning that I dropped it. So if you were there, you pretty much just had to pay attention to this guy and use the entry logic you learned here. And this is the real leverage of the station, is what we try to do is we train you guys with like a killer entry logic, but at the same time we give you fucking ridiculous intel, and that allows really crazy leverage, as we cooperate to be in a place that most people fucking couldn't imagine over and over and over again. So for all you guys that did a bang up job playing this, awesome. Let me fucking take a fucking cut on that so I don't kill myself while I'm live. And yeah, this is the point of the show, right? It's one thing to have great analysis, but the actual, average retail observer can't really do much with it, right? They don't really know how to convert a lot of what they see before the crowd fucking makes them feel confident to do it, because ultimately people don't realize the entanglement of their emotions with everybody else around them. What really stops people from playing what looks like very obvious trends, in hindsight, is that in the real-time moment, they can't see anything of the sort. They can't get past their feelings and their unwillingness to act. Sweet. All right. I can fucking relax now. About to fucking like blow a blood vessel, fucking how to manage this shit while I'm live. Seriously, I'm stressed the fuck out doing this. I don't want to trade live that much anymore. It's really stressing me out. Where do I gotta put this stop at? unbelievable how shit moves when I'm live. Anyway, so yeah, this is one play. So really good stuff from you guys that I put on here. I think this one people put had some wins on here, just couldn't fit them in, or you posted them a little after the fact. Then next we had, oh wait, what did I do with my stop? Okay, that's good. We had this guy, TTD, got added to the NASDAQ 100. We talked about this guy with Shopify and that in discretionary. We thought, Shopify was a guy worth watching because AI is going to give rise to a lot of businesses that can, plug right into Shopify very easy. And we saw a lot of people talk about that. All right, got stopped. And so we got Shopify. We had him in there with TTD as a group play because these guys work together. And some good structures that were there in Shopify lend to like likelihood these guys correlate like lots of times when they pump. And you got the TTD add. I think Activision got took out of the NASDAQ 100 and TTD got added to it. So like I always tell you guys, right, like good technicals will put you in the same place as good fundamentals. It's not that you have to have the inside tip on any of that, but it's in the structure. So good plays from some guys here. Cebedez did 7.4 on him. Johnny hit him and Kiki hit it too. So I think a few other people might have played it. But 2 for 1 special in this guy, 3 for 3 in the other guy. And then if you guys have pay attention, right, this is something that when you look back over time, you get what we're trying to say to you in the art of markets, right, about mindset. About being able to play an unfolding trend and being in the right state of mind to do it. A lot of people get caught up in the play that somebody else just got out of, and they never really focus on, their own prey and, execute their own hunt. They're constantly watching what somebody else is doing constantly, and they're never making, their own money. They're just watching everybody else and staying salty and just, mind fucked. So this is pretty important, Universum Gratum. We call this the Gratitude Series. If you guys remember, let's actually look down here. This is the original. This is the first one. Back here, we did this end of June. And it started with Universum Gratias, right? We call it the Gratitude Series. And about the mindset so that you can actually get abundance. It sounds kind of, hoity, but it's not. This one, showed you here just the first bull flag breakout. And this is a very zoomed in piece when you look at these pieces because I didn't put absolution into it. So look at them now collectively. I think this is pretty badass. What do you guys think? So abundant mindset versus entitled mindset, right? Not that I should have made that money, but that you still can make that money. So, but you have to think like in the right way so you can give yourself a chance to make that money, right? So that write-up, hindsight mind leaves most unable to accept what can be, takes foresight and conviction to realize the abundance all around us at all times. Right? This is kind of a very Thanos-esque saying, but if you keep on looking at what just happened, you're not going to be able to see what's coming next. So paying attention at that moment is key. And that's at this moment. Bull flag breakout, sitting on top of like this support level. That's the right, look forward. The next mindset right here was the absolution. So all the rest of the other chart happened within this range. Absolution is kind of to the same point, right? Letting go of past sins, mistakes, FOMOs, shit that got you fucked up, trying to fucking capitalize, whatever you're fucking pining about, again, to clear your mind so you can look forward to give yourself a chance to do something with what may happen in front of you that you might not be paying attention with your full focus. At this exact moment, now is that time, like focus right fucking now. And that was at the bottom of that bull flag. See, it's pretty dope, right? When you put it together later, it looks pretty cool. Then this one, the ball grabber. Oh my goodness, what is that? I got text box on it. Well, I fucked up, so I knew there's something in there somewhere. Fortune favors the brave. So now that you're in trend, right? Most people can't fucking get the courage to do anything because now they didn't have the low, so now they won't do shit, right? Fortune favors the brave. That's why you got to grab life by the balls and just take a fucking shot. Bold and the beautiful. Be bold, right? Be beautiful. So now you got to be able to play in trend. And this guy is kind of broken out, didn't stay, but held a bull flag and then took off again. Next dude, if you guys were in there about the Clonex conversation, this has like a couple meanings, but never negotiate from a position of weakness, always play from strength, always play the strength too, right? And if possible, this is the time that you can apply maximum leverage because this is the point in the market where you get some real gas, which we did, right? That guy is right here at the bottom of another bull flag into our highest point since April 2022. And this last one was again at the bottom of the last bull flag. Sometimes you get the feeling everyone is invited but you. And this is again to this same mindset where you look at what everyone else made and you leave yourself in a place where you can't fucking be in your own party. So pay attention again, there's a chance to make some money. Bang. I don't know. I think that's a work of art and a work of art and a work of art. But yeah, gratitude series complete. So we did the Latin series, we did the foreign language series, we've done a couple different series. But this is going to fit into the gratitude and abundance category. So, good story, right? This is Comic Strip TA. So, hope you guys made some money and enjoyed the story and enjoyed the art. So, it's a creative process. Takes a bit. But good shit on everybody who played the wave and played different parts, played crypto, whatnot. Obviously, this applies to correlated risk assets. So, crypto is very correlated to this. So, if you were to relate this here, you know, we obviously were tracking ETH and BTC's movements along with this. So, but yeah, is a fucking body of work, niggas. I don't think people that come to the station outside of you guys will ever fucking pick up any of this. Like, the fuck is he talking about? Is there stock stuff on this station? There could be, motherfuckers. There could be. I don't know. But yeah, it's something crazy. Shout out to SG Crypto Dave. Much respect, sir. Market analysis has always been an art form. It's not a science. That's the thing, right? Everybody takes into account different things. The one thing is, like, you know, people have a serious line in the sand where they differentiate what is fundamental and what is technical. If you talk to a person like, what is technical analysis? I mean, how many different answers could you get? You're going to get people with candlestick theory, people with, like, you know, Ichimoku bullshit and fucking, you know, wave counts and all kinds of different things. And at the end of the day, you know, that's a very shallow way of looking at it. There are different, like, you know, it's like I told you in Nebula we talk about a lot. It's a lot like, you know, looking up at the sky and seeing all these stars up there and drawing like shapes like a fucking scorpion or this, that, and the other, and calling it Scorpio or Orion. And you put these shapes on top of the stars and you lose sight of the stars. You know, at the end of the day, we're drawing geometric shapes around structures that represent bodies of human behavior and perception. Well, that's what I want to fucking deal with then. That's the root of all of your fucking different ideas of what those fucking things could be up there. They're actually fucking monopolized, you know, pools of human perception. That's it. And so if that means I can talk to all the moving parts of what's inside that shockwave, that's fucking next level information, right? So for me, technicals are about human behavioral analysis. And I focus on sentiment, mood, and everything that goes into before I make a mark on the chart. If you want to get ahead of price, then understanding that thought precedes action is key, right? The people are making a mark on the chart that comes from a belief they have before they do it. Well, then that's how you get ahead of the fucking market. Figure out what the motherfucker's going to do when he fucking misreads that Putin's got an army on the border of Ukraine that doesn't fucking think it's a serious thing, right? That's where the arbitrage of perception happens. So as much as drawing the pretty charts is fun and all that, understanding what's going on in the fucking mind state of the people at the moment is fucking the extra edge. Anyways, so did I read all that junk to you? Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, so anyways, hopefully that makes more sense. But yeah, it's to me, this is the complete thought process you need when you're looking at charts that differentiates from everyone who's seeing the same fucking uptrend for, you know, since January and can't tell it's an uptrend for whatever reason, right? Not until after the fact. So you don't ever want to be those people, you know what I mean? See, there's another guy got in you. There's Estinada, the monolith killer. What'd you get? 47 R's on Nucor. What is this? It was a dope call. I got 47 R play on Nucor. It was 100% due to you pointing towards it. Look at that one. Bull flags, a bull flag. He could use a market share for each of these bull flags. Actually, my market share probably fits into these bull flags. Killer fucking run. Look at that shit. 47 R's. You bottom fisher. How many tries did it take to you to get this crazy shit? Inbox. I like that. So good shit, man. 47 R's. Well, yeah, should make it worth it. That's good stuff. I think that's fucking worthy of another SWAT. What do you think? All right, so let's check if we got some war stories and junk. War stories and junk. Let's see. Where the heck am I at? Switch. What is this? Jesus Christ. Is this in my page? Oh, I gotta see what that is. Okay, what's going on here? I got two. Is this my page? Am I on the right page? This is my page. Oh no. I've got to go back here. I've got numbers and stuff. Okay, sorry. This is the right spot. Oh my God, this is humongous. What did you do, Janko-Jan? Janko-Jan. Why don't you throw this in ChatGPT and like let it give me the short version? Actually, I could throw it in ChatGPT and get the short. No, I'm kidding. Jesus Christ. You're lucky I don't have to make it to the bell, motherfucker. Note to self, listen to instructions and don't be a dumb fuck ever again. Okay? Let's see what happened. What happened, sir? Sorry, it's long. No shit. It's alright. Hey, Kazo and Eco. Before joining the Eco, I never knew that it was possible to trade on the seconds chart. One of the worst things that many of you found the fuck out about, right? But after joining, saw a few of those high R plays on futures and greed took hold of me. Oh no. Why do I have a bad feeling I know where this is going? Tried to force it, even though you and Tiki told me that we should not touch futures if our entry logic's not 100%, especially that we should avoid taking trades in those seconds time frames without proper contexting. You'll get killed. Right? Okay. My reasoning at the time was that I'll just put in more effort and I'll get it done. Ego things. I was talking with my teammates about this and we came to the conclusion that we all did the same stupid thing. Just greed and ego, not admitting to ourselves that we were wrong even after we saw that we had problems trading futures. Also with that, I completely ignored most of the other info you dropped regularly. Since I'm a futures guy, I don't need to trade anything else. Well, yeah, you can make a living trading just one symbol, but first you have to have a track record to be able to profitably trading that market, especially low time frame futures. I remember you saying that if we were having problems, we should just stick to trading higher time frames and go from there. But again, I didn't. Was having a few good days, then gave it all back, and so on. Basically breaking even when all of the markets ripped. Opportunity costs were huge and mental capital completely depleted. So decided to take a step back, zoom out, actually make use of the intel and stop trying to force it. Make a new plan and go from there. Basically listen to instructions and stop being a dumb fuck. I remember you said, why is it so hard for you to listen to instructions? Are you fucking dumb? See, this is why people think I'm abusive. And it's like, I'm just trying to stop you from fucking doing stupid shit to yourself because I don't want to see this message, right? Me yelling at you and not being a nice person and all that stuff you guys like hate me inside for. This is worse, right? So I tried to give you the valuation of like how bad it could be before you experience it. It's just something that, you know, it doesn't work out that often. But yeah, I don't want to see that you got fucking killed doing this. Let's see. I remember reading and thinking to myself, oh my fucking God, it seems that I am fucking dumb. That was a moment for me. Well, after that, the past month was my most profitable month. Well, that's better. Well, shit, I almost fucking, almost fell out before the fucking movie got better. Well, after that, the past month was my most profitable month since I joined the Eco, even though out of that month, I was completely off the grid for 2 weeks while spending time with the family. First, try to still trade while on vacation. Don't do that. Go on vacation. But in the stream, which I caught, you read a war story from a guy that was in a similar situation trying to trade while on vacation. He said that we trade to live, not live to trade, and that is nothing wrong with actually enjoying the vacation and time with family. Yeah, exactly. Not to do two things at once. Keep it simple, stupid. Markets are not going anywhere. There's always another trade, but our time is limited, so make the most of it. Took the Pepe 60R trade from the show, ETH 8R play also from the show, took the oil 8R play from the market prep. The levels of stress were non-existent. My head was definitely clearer while making a plan. I just waited for the right structure on the right time frame to align and took it. Again, keep it simple, stupid. After getting back on Monday, I've noticed that I've drifted from the Eco, that I'm not that active anymore because I don't take trades every day, even before the vacation, but that is a big mistake. All that free time trough through the day could be used to go over materials. There's so much content to go through, make a plan, go over replays, and participate in Eco. I've been lacking there in the past month, so definitely have to course correct and get back on track. Thank you, Cash, for everything that you do to keep the ego going, sacrifice your time and health. Don't worry about it. No worries, man. So, well, I'm glad this finished off with you having your best month. I thought it was going to be a fucking, like, suicide letter. So that's good. Look at this Pepe. You guys are crackheads. What resolution? Okay, so I'm just going to go out on a limb here. That's probably a 1 minute Pepe entry. And, like, bro, it's a 24-hour DEX market. Don't leave 1 minute futures to go to 1 minute fucking, like, it's MEXC, so perpetual fucking contracts on the super low res. That's probably more dangerous than fucking futures. But really good trade, but don't stay on crackhead resolutions in 24-hour fucking markets that are as thin as shit like this. So, that's very, very dangerous. But it's like, hey, Kaz, I stopped using crack. I've got this fucking heroin, and you don't even understand, man. It's a whole new level. No, okay, it's one drug for another is not a good thing. So just stay away from crackhead resolutions in general. You can do crazy R's like this on like slightly higher stuff, so you don't have to like do that. It's a tough resolution to make a living in, right? Just you got family and stuff like that. Like you see that you make good money in high resolutions. Like that's not a bad idea. But good shit. Played oil, played all these things. So good stuff using the intel and like I said, trade to live, right? Don't do the other way around. All right. That's not the worst book. I think that one's probably insightful for everybody. Unity Hunter. Why does that not sound like a good thing? Unity Hunter. Sup, y'all. Going back through my trade journal, realized that I was looking at too many tickers, which I thought I was organized enough to handle, but I wasn't. Also, I realized that often after getting stopped out, I would lose focus on the ticker or jump to another one, and then it would move market things. After calls and the gazelle analogy, I decided to change how I was doing things and go one hunt at a time. Play at a time, and then move to the next one. So I started hunting Unity. It was on stream plus Twitter. The motherfucking gazelle was a slippery, but I didn't lose focus and ended up catching the bitch. This first attack, second attack. What's going on here? What am I seeing right now? What kind of color scheme do you have, bro? Is the gray your stop? This is ridiculous. I can't tell which way you're going. This is a long, right, with a stop down here. This looks like smaller than a 2R for sure. I don't know what's happening right now. I'm trying to figure out what I'm looking at real quick. Second attack is this thing. What am I seeing right here? Is this a short? It's not a long, right? I'm trying to understand what I'm looking at. Is anybody else confused? It's a short, right? Did he just short that right down? And that would be... I can't tell exactly how he's doing... which way he went this thing. This looks like a long. That looks like a long. Okay, so you got hit on these two. Okay, I thought these were wins. I'm like, how is that a win? I'm like so fucking confused. Third attack and final attack for now 9 hours. Okay, you did get wrecked on these first two. I'm like, this is a win? I was like, this does not look good. All right, I got it. I got it now. I couldn't tell. It looked like you said you won on the first two. This is the one you won on. All right, so good shit. So you stayed the course. Thank you, Cash, for keeping us always on the right side. I couldn't tell. Your color scheme is atrocious, bro. Like, let's be honest. What is this? This is a horrible shade of pink with a decent shade of purple. Thank you for keeping on the right side. You do all this stuff by yourself, and it's beyond impressive. I know it takes a lot. It's not as hard if you guys show up and make money on it. So you just do stuff with it. Like, don't flake out. I put out a lot of content. You just got to use it. But good shit. Good shit. Hunting Unity. God damn it. Stop it. What did I do here? I did something. Oh, there it goes. Okay. We'll get back and check those numbers. I think we got numbers worth paying attention to. What's up next? This is... I don't know who this is. AK. Let's see. What did you get? Steel Dynamics. Okay, it's a steel basket. Caterpillar. That was on the show. That, I think somebody asked for that once upon a time, but I don't remember that one. And I'm not sure what symbol that is. What's on the bottom? Boeing. You actually went for Boeing. Boeing, gosh, you see, Boeing's a son of a bitch. I tell you that. He really is. It's the only loss is Boeing. Yeah. I feel the same way, my friend. I feel the same way. It's a son of a bitch, that guy. All right, next one. Oh, sorry, you got to write it down here. My bad. I will skip that. First of all, thank you, Kaz, thank you for all that you do for the eco and always evolving the show to make everything more accessible for everyone. Un momento, por favor. Let's make it more accessible and also not deadly for myself. The upgrade in Discord came at a perfect time for me, as just before this happened, I found my organization skills needed a massive upgrade. I kept changing the plan from trading just a few assets to try and trade everything on higher time frames. I took shop from OnlyFans and from the market prep calls. I got CAT, STLD, IDCC, Boeing, and decided to trade everything that you mentioned and paid attention to this. I made a plan to set my alerts. 1 second. Uno momento. I gotta get a cut real quick. Went away. Sorry. I gotta do stuff on live, or I'm not gonna be part of any of this stuff I keep telling you guys about. You don't want me to just sit here and just watch you get it all, do you? All right, cool. And I can pay attention. Good deal. All right. At least I got to figure out that. All right, now I'm back. Pay attention. In the days after, when trying to follow and manage my trades and even look at new ones that were discussed, I noticed straight away why you keep saying to minimize your asset list to a few assets. Got completely overwhelmed. I wasn't able to manage any of the plays the way I should anymore. I was able to act on the VIX warning and thought this would be a good time to change my plan. Got out of all trades with a net of almost 10 hours. These days felt like I was running around with a shotgun trying to hit everything, and because the intel is insanely accurate, like having auto aim, I was still able to hit a few plays, but definitely not able to use my mental capital and funds to the trades as I should. I'll be switching to my assault rifle in burst mode from now on, and will work on upgrading sniper rifle. Kenichi. That's pretty funny, right? Yeah, less is always more. You don't have to hit everything at all. Just like, this is even a lot to, focused on to do. But like I said, a lot of people can focus on like 2 or 3 things, and it's like psychologically manageable. You need like much better organization than the average person that's in the eco right now to start trading 5 and 6 things. At least if they're in the, one thing I remember, if you start trading things in similar resolutions, when you lose, you're going to have correlated movement and like lots of positions and lose probably a lot more than you're expecting. So, in many ways, less is more unless you start to dynamically break up your risk across all those positions. And if you're going to have 5 and 6 positions, I mean, you're going to be running like a micro fund to trade one wave, so it doesn't make sense. Pick a target and, focus on that one gazelle and kill that motherfucker. But you don't have to trade everything. Definitely not. But good shit, man. What is next? Let's see. This is Tonic. Let's see what you got, sir. Curious to see. Write down goals and work on them each day. Hi, Kaz Nico. Send me a book warning. Jesus Christ. 2 of you in the same session? That's not really that bad. Hey, Kaz Nico, semi recording. Kaz has said again and again not to FOMO into acolytes or guardians. Nope, please don't do that. To make use of crazy amounts of intel coming from the show and only upgrading once we are ready. Rather than forming to Guardians when Kaz first released it, I instead wrote a journal entry and made it my goal. Focus on my organization. Number one, focus on my organization so that I could make better use of the intel. No point upgrading to Guardians if I can't utilize any of it, right? That would only hurt the station. I also had a monetary goal, which was a threshold I gave myself before I would sign up to Guardians. After closing a few high time frame trades, I could say that I've managed to hit both my goals. I am excited to join the Guardians and know that this is only the beginning. I have to be hyper careful. That's a good word. That's a good expression. Not to let complacency set in and start to slide with my habits. Already happening for one of the trades, which I'll show below. Okay. For the trades below, I wanted to show the ones I picked up from the show. These should have been playable for anyone watching the free show, so please do not FOMO into membership. Watch the show, use the intel from the show, and upgrade when you're ready. ETH USDT. All right, let's see what you got here. This is, right, we have a highlight for that. I think we showed it in the last one. So, good play from down the 1600s mark. Awesome. Next. Oh, you gave me some serious notes, huh? Results 10R -1 equals 8. Did well rather than bottom fishing the exact low. I waited for confirmation and captured the bulk of the move. Things to improve. I got impatient. Long while price was in the chop zone. Should wait for it to be free and clear of the system. Attempting to long again. Right. BCH, you caught this pump. That's an awesome play to have taken from 161 up. That's a good move. 22 Rs plus 11. Good shit, dude. Did well, had alerts from the show above 164.8. By the time the alert went off, it was well above the trigger rather than calling tops. I waited for a new structure to form and played it off of there. Things to improve, massive complacency for the third trade. I forgot to put in a stop loss, and by the time I realized, I'd already lost 2.5 Rs. It's very rare that I forget to put a stop in, so I was very annoyed that my habits started to slip when things were going well. This is something I need to continually monitor to ensure I don't give back winnings. Kaz often teases us that biggest losses come after biggest wins. Huge things. Yeah, don't get sloppy. Oh, my bad. Well, I read pretty good, goddammit. There it is, my fault. So he had a good play on ETH from the trenches down here. And then he also had a really good play on BCH here. He had 3 plays on it. He said he forgot his stop on this one, why it cost him 2.5 Rs. So, but all in all, really good plays on this and a huge R total on BCH. Okay. What did I just put that guy at? So, that's good shit. A lot of winners all around the eco. I like seeing that. See, and like I said, what he's saying is true. There is plenty of intel in the show that it would be very hard for you to organize just what's in here. Obviously I give some more specific targeted things inside the only stands, but that's definitely for a more proficient person that can incorporate that into whatever plans you already had. It's specific enough that like it requires you to have like really good contexting and stuff when things like that are dropped. Over the course of the show, we evolve charts, so hopefully you're evolving them with us, and from that it adds to your body of information that helps you make a good decision. Where are we at for time wise? I'm not trying to do another 2-hour show. What am I? Hour and 9 minutes. It's not happening, motherfuckers. We're not doing a 2-hour special. I think you've got enough free 2-hour specials. It's just some crazy amount of 2-hour specials. I can't believe how many of the shows turned into 2 hours. Like the Friday show, I don't know what the fuck. Like I was brain dead when that show started, and I looked at it, it was like 109 like this, and I looked up again, it was like 207. I was like, what the fuck happened? I don't think I did enough stuff to even have another hour on that show. Do you guys like that show? How do you like the last couple shows? They've been rather lengthy, but does it keep your attention? It's a little crazy to keep a show flowing when there's only one person talking to himself. It's pretty tough. You guys have no idea. But hopefully you guys are surviving those things, because they're pretty much feature-length fucking movies these days. Plenty of intel in those shows. Do you know it's like the free flow of conversation with yourself for 2 fucking hours? It requires a crazy person probably. So at any rate, I make it happen. All right, so we got some symbols. Let's get you guys. Well, I haven't even done the macro yet, Teakerson. Are you rushing me? I haven't even done the macro yet. I gotta go over I basically did that at the beginning. So we went over currencies briefly in the beginning. We touched on the VIX. I think we covered all the stuff we actually needed on that, to be honest. I think I will go ahead and do these symbols for you guys. I think I covered it, right? Yeah, I covered it in the beginning. We went over where we're at. So, all right, let's get you guys to, what'd you get me? Qualcomm? Hadn't had anybody ask that in a while. Pretty sure Qualcomm is on this chart or the old chart. Let me look real quick. Qualcomm. Hey, you guys remember this guy? You guys asked me this a while ago. You asked me DraftKings. Yeah, you asked me this back here. And what show is this guy on? I think it's this one, yeah. It's Toxic Revenger. I just looked this up this morning. I had seen that one. But yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. That's a DraftKings play, came out pretty good. Realize feels like we're in the fucking another version of marijuana, doesn't it? So right now, this is a pretty good spot to rotate. What's not on here? So low volume, and if you look at this guy over here, see this thing? See this little range over here? Bull flag low, right? That's the original pump flag that he came from. And look at his range. It's perfect BTC. To where he based out at. So rotation back over what is a cross cycle high, even though this is a small system, he sustains here and gets a callus is decent. This guy could get legs to fucking fully break out of this low blue zone and stay out of it and rotate the flag completely. So I think we want triggers up here. And you're watching for him to complete, he might not do that. If he gets earnings callus, he might just go straight out. But if he comes out of this, you'd probably be interested to see what he does, and he make it cool to fuck off and then go again, something like that. Money. So right from the squiggle, that was it. Sustain the system above our range, right? And he's out of there. So hopefully whoever brought that one up kept their eyes on it. All right, so Qualcomm. Do I have Qualcomm on this chart? Qualcomm. Nothing on Qualcomm over there. Okay. So Qualcomm right here, last time we looked at it, let's see. He's done an expanding range above this flag, weekly. Looks a lot like BTC in that, doesn't he? With his 2017 cycle. So pretty easy to see that. So that's like BTC, right? When we look at it, it's probably worth putting up BTC next to him. Right, we look at BTC. Same thing. Like think of it like that, right? See right there? Direct contact with the high, that flag, just like that. Kind of look at Qualcomm. Kind of the same setup, right? So if he can hold that system, he's not even punctured the high. That's his lowest low. This is his lowest low. You hold still, sir. I think you're still watching that. And with the way Tech is ripping like he is, Qualcomm's kind of one of those guys that's like, a big player in the NAS 100. I think this guy is something worth paying attention to down in the gutter where he is. Even though he's definitely not best of breed the way he's performing right now, he's one of those guys that runs out of phase with a lot of guys in Tech. And when he's going, nobody else is going. And when he's going, no one else is going with him. So I think he's one of those guys that will play catch up with what we see going on out there. But the fact that he held this system right now, this is probably a bull flag to pay attention to. So I like Qualcomm. Tesla. Really? Do you guys need Tesla? Tesla's TA on every single show, bro? Like every single show? Let's see, Tesla. Tesla. So we had Tesla on an angle here. Where's he at today? 287. So we had Tesla has earnings coming out, I think next week. We have a range. Yeah, there he goes. Tesla, when is it? Earnings after market on Wednesday. Same with Netflix. All right, so definitely pay attention to that, right? So he's outside this trend line. This is the long-term trend line from 2021. I thought if he got outside of it, like just outside of it, this congestion would lead to a place he could kind of like, do some nonsense. So he's got earnings in 2 days, so you probably want to pay attention to this pretty good and see what he does here. But he's punched out of this. I think he needs a consolidation somewhere out of the angle, and then if he can keep trending, if he doesn't say something ridiculous on his earnings. But yeah, for anybody that caught this, good shit. You should have a monstrous fucking play on this guy. Apple. You guys are asking all the big guys, huh? So Apple Vision wise, let's take this guy and put him like so. So what a fucking run out of the fucking gutter on that guy too. Sitting on top of all-time highs. You'd want to see him just stay clear of the top of the system and make a structure above this, and he could punch out if the market doesn't develop a broader correction. If it does, then you'd want to see him reemerge back above that same high. So for right now, because like you're watching pretty much in tandem with the QQQ flag we started off the show with and the S&P. Let's see here. It's pretty much what you're watching right there. Right, so if you can stay outside that angle, the market's pushing, and the VIX doesn't go crazy. But like again, you're going to have some heavy earnings traffic. Oh yeah, speaking of that, let me go get that chart from Izzy posted for us. Where'd he go? Where's that? What are the numbers? Earnings week right here. So we want to keep track of this. This is when we have big earnings. So we have Netflix on Wednesday. We have Tesla, Netflix, Tesla. You want to keep track of. IBM not as much. Some of those banks, you probably want to see what they say, just because of what's been going on with regional banks, what comes out of Pinnacle and stuff like that, and PNC. Nothing else there. I think we have some busy week 2 in numbers. Forgot to do this part. So what do we got here? Canada. Nothing on Thursday or Friday really we care about. So just Tuesday and I don't think AUD is too market moving. It's just tomorrow I think we really give a shit about, and Wednesday's numbers are market moving. So yeah, back on Apple, generally when you start to have earnings seasons run up, you have like some greater unknowns in the market. So if you watch the VIX cycle a lot, you'll see the VIX cycle tends to kind of correlate to like earnings season, because those are the greatest possibilities of like surprise impacts. So higher VIX doesn't always equal the market has to go off a fucking bridge, but it does mean that there's a rising implied volatility because of expectations of greater movement. So volatilities can just become higher into earnings seasons regardless. So keep that in mind. Next thing, Apple TSN. Tyson. What is this? Tyson Foods? Who's asking for Tyson Foods? Let's see. Wow, that looks like a horror pattern. So that's like the pattern that everybody hates to run into, right? The fucking megaphone from fucking hell. So my advice to you on these things, don't go anywhere near that thing. It's fucking death. This thing needs to come the fuck out of there on probably the high end. Like, you can play within a megaphone, what could you do with it? There's ways to play it, like inside of it, depending on the resolution you're dealing with, right? Hang on a sec. I actually got that. I gotta fucking do something to not get killed. So what would you do with this guy? Like, not this, not the resolution we're zoomed out to, but let's zoom into this thing a minute. Hourly. What was I on? A weekly? Okay. So there's been many cycles you could play in a megaphone, but as far as like bigger res, you're kind of like watching this situation here. It's like you know, you could play a rotation and what he's doing. He's always doing something pretty fucking insane. And pay attention to the thresholds on the outsides of this thing, right? I'd pay attention to this range right now. So there's a chance to play him like oscillating back across the range, or, you know, getting underneath here and possibly setting up something like that. So yeah, I mean, you could possibly play this guy in a rotation if he turns up again, but in general, megaphones are hideous. So that's just god awful. Who asked that? Silky, did you ask that? Looks terrible. Play strength. Does that look like strength? It looks like death. My God, I think it looks bad. All right, next one. AWK, water utility. I think it's a water utility, if I'm not mistaken, right? All right, we had this guy before. So what did we have him last time? Bull flag, possible 2B through this low. So we circle that. Looks like he's done it. Then, you know, see what he does. If he gets up above, this trigger area is probably your best spot, I think. If you look at this, I like that best, just because of the fact that there is good volume sitting right at the POC all through here. This is all chop shop. You'll get fucking wrecked going into that stuff. So I think you want to see something like him rotate up into this area, and this becomes the first place it becomes a good idea to fuck with him. And then above here where we drew it out before. So let's see. This is the previous high. What do I have here? I think I want this guy gone. Yeah, I think that looks a lot better. So 2 possible areas to play him. I think it's safer to stay out of the congestion of what he's got here. A rotation up to this area, and then clean, free and clear out here would be probably 2 better places for him. Then RB1. Is this fucking what I think it is? Oh, okay. I thought somebody was asking me for fucking like... This is RBOB gasoline futures. Do we not have this already? I feel like we did this already. RB1 exclamation point. Nope, never did this before. All right. So I like this range right here. Let's see what he's doing on that. So those 2 lows are probably good lows to pay attention to in here. Cross there, cross there. Let's see, didn't make it to that, didn't make it to that. Okay. So that's what he hit. And your biggest congestion would probably be this oscillation back and forth, right? Gonna go with this guy. This little throwback look into the gap. We want him outside of this. It's a good chance he's got his ultimate low in here, higher floor there, and he can come out of this range. He can rotate up like that. All right, next one. What else you guys got? Costco. We'll do this one more and we'll let you guys go. It's 10:24. Not trying to pull a 2 hour. So can't do them all today, but we'll do Costco. So we did Costco already. Look, that's a good one. Whenever the hell we did this last time, we said he would probably do some fucking nonsense and then fucking push out of that. And then you want to see him free and clear and you could possibly test the system, but you want to see him on top of this range that we have here. This whole thing is like just one giant harmonic. So you don't want him inside this noise. When he gets back on top of the previous high that he 2B'd, that's when he becomes probably a better idea. For some of you more nimble people, you probably can play this. Is it Tesla has earnings aftermarket? Yeah, somebody already said that. I got it. I see you motherfuckers. I don't know where my phone is. I don't think I have it in here, actually. I don't. So whoever's calling me, it's not going to work out. But I got it. So here's Costco. So Costco we already had before. Your RV, I didn't do your RV. I'll get your RV. All right. My bad. I'll get it back. So is that how long it's been? Jeez, I did 2 of them. I do have call silence. My fault. Don't worry. So this is Costco. So like we said, he's in this chop shop between like this previous high, and we said you probably do a little bullshit here and then pop out. This is the OTA we had on this guy already. So this range is just kind of shit. You want to see him get stabilized back on top of here where he retested at this spot. So exactly as we drew it before, you want him like on top of the system with a system free and clear above this range. This is a 2B, so there's no real volume here. All the real volume's in this shit. So we want that for Costco, and then RB1 exclamation point was this guy. So I did all that nonsense that you're seeing it here. Fuck it, I'll do it again. So it's important. So the level he checked down here is this level that got stop run right here. So he stop runned it, tested it, pretty good. Look at this system right here. That's your flag. Another level I like to pay attention to over here. Oh yeah. Want to keep track of that level and this level. Just because we've got good interaction right here. So it's a good level to pay attention to where he's at. So he's on, let me zoom out. So he's right now on this level right here. We have really good interaction with this system, and he's kind of churning on that. So I think that's worth paying attention to. And then we want to look at this as possibly the first, the final low, and then the possible higher floor. I think this range right here is like a clean box range. Also, you want to see him leave. And we want to put a box around this congestion because this is all dangerous as fuck. We're going to use this high because he did the same thing as that bottom, right? He's got like a low, like he's right here. And then a clean spot in the gap right here and a retest right here. So I kind of look at him like, kind of like this. Test, 2B, retest. Kind of have that situation here as a 2B. So we want to see him break out of here and then do something like that. Alright, motherfuckers. There, redid it for you. Son of a bitch. Now, I hope you choked. No, I'm kidding. Alright, motherfuckers. So it's 1 hour and 29. Jesus, that time goes by so fast. Hope you guys got it all. Till next time, bitches. Catch on the flip. Peace out.
Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly.